Why did the mathematician spill all of his food in the oven? Because it said to put the food in the oven at 180 degrees. You know, it's funny because, like, the temperature of the oven, how hot you cook it. But if, like, this is like my pan and my food's in there, if I put it in at 180 degrees, it's all going to fall out. Do you get it? Do you get it though? That was a good one. That was a good one. All right, so this is going to be a quick little intro of us reviewing additive and multiplicative relationships. So, when I'm thinking about an additive relationship, that keyword in there, add, it's exactly what's going to happen in the equation. Our equation would be y equals x plus some number b. X plus some number b. On a graph, what that's going to look like is it could be a straight line like that. That adding the b makes it leave the origin and go up some. It could also make me go down some. I could have a graph that looks like this too. That plus b is going to make it go up or down, however many spots b is. In our graph, or on our table, if I have some x values, whatever that b is, I'm going to add it to get my new value. So let's say for example, let's say that b is equal to 1. Let's say that b is equal to 1. So I'd get 0 plus 1. My new y would be 1. 1 plus b, which equals 1, would give me 2. My x, 2, plus 1, my b would give me 3. So we're either going to add the same number over and over again, or we're going to subtract. Add or subtract the same number over and over again. If I add, it's going to be above the origin. If I subtract, it's going to be below my origin. So that's the additive property. Like we saw there, it does not go through origin. It does not go through the origin. But it is a straight line though. It is a straight line, it just doesn't go through the origin. Compare that to the multiplicative. That first part, it looks like multiply. So my equation is going to be y equals m times x. Remember, when my variables are side by side, that means multiply. Side by side means multiply. So my graph, on this one, remember, multiplicative, I'm not adding or subtracting. My graph isn't going up or down. My graph is going through my origin. This one, the graph goes through origin. My graph is going to go through my origin. Sometimes it's just going to be just kind of like right down the middle of my line. Sometimes my line is going to be really, really steep. Really, really, really steep. This is not steep. This is steep. Sometimes it's going to go really, really high. Sometimes my line is just kind of going to go stay kind of low. It's not going to be very steep. And again, down here, instead of adding like we did in the additive, we're going to multiply by some number. We're going to multiply times our m. We're going to multiply our number times our m. So let's say again, I have x as 0. Oh, Andrea, use blue. 0, 1, and 2. Let's say I want to make my m equal to 2. So I would take my 0 times 2. My m is 2. My new y would be 0. Again, I forgot to use blue. Oh my goodness. And I would take 1 times my m, which is 2. My new y would be 2. I take my x times my m times whatever number they give me in my equation, and that would give me 4. Just like for the additive, you can add or subtract. For the multiplicative, you could also divide by that for whatever number they give you. If you're adding, multiplying, subtracting, or dividing, it all just depends on the problem that they give you. So you just have to look there. One last thing about the additive and the multiplicative relationships. We started learning this in 6th grade. We built on it last year, and we started throwing around the words non-proportional, non-proportional, and proportional. Remember, these words just tell us. Proportional tells me it goes through the origin. Just reminds us again. And then non-proportional does not go through the origin. Additive, multiplicative, we're not really going to be seeing those words anymore. Start shifting your mind to non-proportional and proportional relationships. At the end of the lesson, we're going to come and talk about this space in the middle and what it means when we take additive and multiplicative relationships and combine them together. What is that going to give us?